Well, today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. We want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for their generous donation of all this black cow manure that we're using in our video today. Thank you for sponsoring our channel. Well, good morning, Homestead family. Today we're going to grow 3 different kinds of romaine lettuce together. We'll be right back after the break. Well, welcome back, friends. Miss Nancy loves romaine lettuce, and so this year I was going to grow, the real big ones for her. She goes, "Now this year I want to get some of those little miniatures and mix them in different kinds of things that I'm going to be cooking." I said, "Oh, okay, we can do that." So we ordered 3 different types. They're all mini romaine, so they only get about 6 or 8 inches tall. The first one is Dragoon, that's a green romaine. The other one is Breen. This one is a bronze red. It's kind of a red and green mixed onto the same leaf. Kind of looks kind of cool. And then the other one is the Trucus. This is a red romaine, all of them small. So we're going to start these in the seed trays today, and then we're going to transplant these over into some small containers here as soon as they get up big enough to transplant. So today we just wanted to get these seeds started. Now if you want to grow these, we bought these seeds at johnnyseed.com. They have all of them on there. Go check them out. If you're going to be planting your seeds in a tray, I usually use pelleted seeds, but I accidentally ordered the raw seeds, so it's not the end of the world. It's just the pelleted seeds are a lot easier to plant if you're just trying to get 1 or 2 in each cup. So these seeds are real small, so I'll end up having to sprinkle into the seed cups, and then after they get up big, I'll have to thin them down till I get to 1 seedling per cell. So anyway, go to johnnyseed.com and check them out if these are what you want to get, and might be a good candidate for your fall garden this year. So let me get these seeds in the trays and get them watered in. We'll get them over on the seed starting rack and get this show on the road. So let's get started. Okay, there's Miss Nancy's 3 different colors of mini romaine in the seed trays and in the seed rack, ready to go. So we'll be back in the days ahead and we'll watch the development of these all the way to harvest. So we'll be back soon. Well, welcome back, friends. Well, it's only been 13 days since we planted our 3 miniature romaines out here into the seed starting trays and put them in a seed starting rack. And today's time for us to do a little thinning on these. I like to get these down to just 1 single plant per cell. So I'm going to take these over to the little seed starting table over there, and we'll give them a little bit of a haircut. Let's get started. Okay, these are some beautiful little lettuce. What I do is I just use a plain old pair of scissors, and I don't want to try to pull out the seedling out of the cup, because whenever I do that, I may accidentally injure the seedling that's adjacent to it. So what I want to do is simply take the seedling and cut it right off at the root level until I get down to 1 single seedling, 1 single seedling per cell. And it doesn't take but just a couple of minutes. Let's see how I keep working it right on down. I get each one of them till I get it down to one seedling per cell. Okay, not so hard. Let me continue to get this done and we'll be right back. Well, there we go. I got the first tray thinned down to 1 seedling per cell. So I'll get these right on back in the seed starting rack. We'll give those guys about another week or so, and we'll be ready to transplant. So let me get these other 2 trays done, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll take it to the next step. See you then. Well, it's been about 5 days since we came out and gave all of our 3 romaine lettuce seedlings a little haircut and got them down to 1 seedling per tray. And as you can see, they're doing pretty good. Once you get them down to that thinned out, and you get them down to 1 seedling per tray, they seem to grow a lot better. And there's a real happy. And these are doing very well. So we'll keep our eye on these little fellers. We're having kind of a hot fall here. We're getting into the upper 80s during the day, so I'm having to really keep these things under the shade in this seed starting rack to help them survive. But they look like they're doing pretty good, actually, considering what they're going through. So we'll be back in a few days. As soon as I got another 7 days of high temperatures predicted. Hopefully it'll cool off. It'll be November by then, and as soon as that temperature drops off, these should be transplanting size, and we'll come out and get these things into some 1-gallon containers. So we'll be back here in probably about a week. We'll see you then. Well, welcome back. Well, it's been about 4 weeks since we planted our 3 miniature romaine lettuces from seed, and they've been in the seed trays all this time, and maybe about a week longer than I wanted to, and that's due to the heat wave that we experienced down here. But I think we may have got through that now. The temperatures now are starting to fall kind of pretty good pattern now. We got 3 more days next week that are pretty warm, but I think I can get them through it just simply by starting these guys out over under the shade cloth over Nancy's salad bar. The reason I want to do that is I want to get ahead and get them out of these small seed starting trays and step them up into the bigger container so they don't go bad on me. So they can't sit in these little containers any longer. So let's get them out of the seed starting tray here and a seed starting rack and take a little quick look at them. And let's get these beautiful lettuces put into some bigger pots and get them over on the grow table. Let's check it out. Well, here we go. Here's our truccas. These are the red romaine truccas, and they're looking pretty good. Take a close look at them up close. You can see some beautiful, about 3-inch tall seedlings. Nice, beautiful, true leaves. They've done well since we thinned them out. I think the little guys are ready. And here's the dragoon. They're the bright green romaine. They look beautiful, nice big seedlings. They actually look like they're a faster grower than the other two, but they got some good stems and good leaf development, so I think that they're ready to go as well. And the breen is the bronze red, and it's about the same as the other red over here. And this tray here is ready to go too. So I think what I want to do today is I want to take some 3-gallon containers and I want to put the combination of the 3 different colors in one container. I think I can pull it off since they're miniatures. Remember, they're small. They only get about this big. So if I put 3 in there, you'll get the 3 different colors in the same container. I think it'll make a pretty presentation to Nancy. I think she'll like that. And then whatever little bits left over after that, I'll just put out in some little 1-gallon containers and grow them as well. Also, I can save those for a quick salad or whatever you want to do with them. Give them away to friends that come over. So we'll have a combination of some 3-gallon containers and some little 1-gallon containers with individual plants. So let's get the containers ready. I'm going to be using my homemade container mix today. It's a mix I've been using for many years. A lot of you old timers have been on the channel for several years. You've seen me use this same mix over and over, so nothing different about it. But if you want to make some of this homemade container mix yourself, Nancy will put a little link to that video that's on our channel. Go check out that video and you'll see the container mix that I'm using in the containers today. Now, when I get these the container mix in the containers, I'm going to fill them up about 3 inches from the edge of the top of the container. I'm going to add blood meal. This will give me a good organic shot of nitrogen, which is what I want to do with these beautiful lettuce. I want to push that leaf development, and that's what the nitrogen will do for me. So I'm going to use the blood meal in the bucket. Then I'm going to saturate the bucket with about a 2-inch stand of water. Let that sink down all the way through the bucket to pre-moisten that dry container soil. Then I'll put some new dry container soil on top of that. Then I'll bring them up here to the container starter table, and I'll push a hole in each bucket about the depth of from the middle of my tip of my middle finger to the middle of my palm. I'll push a hole, put some more blood meal in the hole, then I'll insert the seedling and collapse the hole, and I'll have them set. I'll put some dry container mix on top of that to bring it back up to that 1-inch mark below the rim of the container so that it can capture water as I'm watering it with my irrigation and or rain. So let's get these started, because I want to get them over onto the into the salad bar and let these things sit out for about a week or so under that 40% shade cloth till these temperatures come down a little bit more. Then we'll bring them out and subject them to full sun out on the grow tables, out from under the shade cloth. So let's get started. Well, there we go. Got Nancy some 3 different color miniature romaine lettuces planted out on her grow table today. This is underneath the 40% shade cloth out here on the salad bar. So we got 3 more days of temperatures up a little higher than I want projected for next week. After those 3 days are passed, then the temperatures start to decline pretty good after that point. So we'll leave these out here for about a week. Then we'll take them from underneath this shade cloth and get them over there out on a grow table into the direct sun, so we can take them into their final stage of growth up until harvest. So we'll be back in about a week and we'll watch the progress of this little stand of lettuce together. See you then. Well, welcome back, friends. We finally got through that heat wave here in Florida this year, and the temperatures are now coming down into a more seasonable, cool temperature for Florida here in November. So I was able to pull all of our 3 beautifully colored miniature romaines out from under the 40% shade cloth over in the salad bar over there. We pulled them out from under the shade cloth, and we got them out here in the full sun. These romaines will love full sun as long as it's not hot. So I like to bring them out as soon as I can, as soon as the temperatures cool down some. So we're doing good on the temperature right now, and I got them in the full sun, and they should grow great. They've grown quite a bit just since we put them in the pots, as you can see, but they're going to really make some rapid development here in the next week or 2. So we'll be back shortly, and we'll take another look at them and see how they're doing all the way up to harvest. See you soon. Well, welcome back, friends. Our mini romaines have done really great. We're just about right at the 8-week mark today that these things were planted from seed. They've done really well. We got through the early fall heat wave this year underneath the shade cloth over there, and once we got out into the full sun and we got them temperatures to come on down some, these little guys just thrived and just exploded. The plants look beautiful. I planted some in a 3-gallon container, and I planted an individual in a 1-gallon container. So I wanted to just show that to you. Here's the 1-gallon container. As you can see, making an individual plant in the 1-gallon plant in a 1-gallon container works just fine if you want to grow just singles, you know. I preferred growing it in the 3-gallon container, and as you can see, if you look at the plant, not the pot, but look at the plant, there's no difference in them. They're all about the same. So I would say that you can grow either way, it's just fine. I prefer the 3-gallon because I can get 3 plants in at one time, and that's usually how we will harvest this. Since they're miniatures, we'll harvest all 3 of them at once and make a multicolored salad. So anyway, what I want to do today is just grab up this this pot right, one of these 3-gallon pots. We'll go over to the harvest area. We'll clean it up a little bit and take a close-up look at how beautiful these miniature romaines came out this year. See you over at the harvest area. Well, there's our beautiful little romaines. Let me cut. I'm just going to harvest the whole plant. There we go. One thing I really like about growing any kind of lettuce or anything like that I'm going to eat the leaves on in containers is it's up off the ground, and it doesn't get a lot of dirt splashed on it from irrigation or rain. So when I get ready to clean this to take it into the house, there's very little involved in trying to clean that any more than what I'm just doing right here. Just rinsing it off. And Miss Nancy will spin that when she gets it in her little salad spinner in the house, and she'll dry that right off pretty good. So these are beautiful. Come on up here close and let's take a look at these, how beautiful these things are. Well, here's the green. That's really a beautiful color. Here's the red. Couldn't be more happy with that. And here's the one that's got the bronze and the green mixed into the same leaf. It's kind of a bronze and a red mixed together. So there's our 3 miniature romaines that we grew this year in our fall garden. Well, I sure hope you had fun hanging out with us as we grew this beautiful miniature romaine this year in our fall garden. This may be a candidate that you want to try in your fall garden this year, so keep these in mind. These miniature romaines are just right for salads. So anyway, I hope that our video brought a little smile to your face and some joy to your heart. So I'm gonna take this in the house, and Miss Nancy's gonna make us a nice salad. So till me and Nancy see you next time, we want to thank the Lord for this beautiful salad He's fixing to give us for lunch. By His hands, we're fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.